Good morning and good afternoon to everyone whoever join us from different parts of the world. It's a great pleasure to welcome you all to this important side event for the 68th session of the CND. My name is Selim Vatandaş. I'm here as a senior specialist of the International Federation of Green Crescent. Today I am very pleased to moderate for the student resilience session. We are here with highly esteemed speakers in the field to discuss innovative approaches in preventing drug use and strengthening student resilience. The main focus of our session is personalized support and cultural activities as pillars for the student resilience. This session will highlight the critical role of early intervention. I would also like to mention that schools and universities are not only places of academic learning. They are also environments where students develop their identities. They face social challenges. They build their futures. So addressing drug prevention in these settings is essential for promoting well-being and long-term success. In today's discussion, we will explore key pillars for a student-centered approach. Our esteemed panelists will share their insights. And I would like to also mention that timing is unfortunately very strict. Every speaker has almost 7 minutes, almost only 7 minutes. By the way, for making a well-organized timing, I may kind intervene and remind you the remaining time. You can also ask your questions after the speaker finishes their presentation. There are only 3 minutes for question and answers for each speaker. Okay, let me introduce our first speaker, dear Halit, Dr. Halit. He is the president of Reseau de ma ville. And Halit will provide an overview of drug use among students in Tunisia. Okay, dear Halit, the floor is yours.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
My name is Dr. Khalid Saghir on behalf of Madinaty Network, the Tunisian Green Crescent, and in collaboration with the International Federation of Green Crescent, we are honored to welcome you to this important side event. Today, I will be discussing a challenge that concerns us all, the rising use of narcotic drugs among students, a trend that is not only evident in Tunisia, but resonates globally. I will partage. I will partage the.
Yes, we can see it.
Yeah.
And you can make it bigger. You can make it bigger.
Okay.
Yes,
today I will be discussing a challenge that concerns us all, the rising use of narcotic drugs among students, a trend that is not only evident in Tunisia, but resonates globally. Understanding prevalence and pattern is vital for designing effective prevention strategy. Let's begin by looking at the data. Our findings are based on the Mediterranean School Survey conducted from 2013 to 2021, involving a sample of approximately 14,000 secondary school students across Tunisia. This survey revealed a critical statistic. 5.6% of Tunisian students have experimented with narcotic drugs. Among these substances, cannabis stands out as the most widely used. The other, like synthetic drugs, is an emergent concept. The average age of initiation illicit substance is 19 years. Even more concerning is the trend in cannabis use. In less than a decade, its prevalence has quadrupled from 1.4% in 2013 to 7.9% in 2021. While we have not observed significant changes in the use of cocaine and ecstasy, the misuse of prescription medication and the emergence of synthetic drugs pose growing risks. So what is driving this increase? Several factors contribute to these troubling trends. First, first, there is a greater availability of cannabis, making it easier for students to access. Second, there is a common perception that cannabis is harmless compared to other drugs. Third, social media influence and peer pressure play significant roles in normalizing drug use. And finally, mental health challenges, such as anxiety and depression, often push young people towards substance use as a form of self-medication. Addressing these issues requires a comprehensive, multi-sectoral approach that involves schools, family, community, and policymakers. One of the most effective strategies in our arsenal is the implementation of school-based prevention program. By educating students about the danger of drug use and equipping them with coping skills, peer support is a key component of these programs. And early detection and intervention are also critical. This is why we have established listening cells in schools. These listening cells schools provide a safe space for dialogue and early intervention. These cells are designed to foster dialogue, to build trust, and ensure that early signs of substance use are addressed before they escalate. Alongside this initiative, we also promote cultural and sport activity as positive alternative to drug use. Family-based intervention are equally important by strengthening parental supervision and communication. Lastly, we must not overlook the importance of robust policy and regulation, stricter laws, multi-sectoral collaboration, and better monitoring of drug availability near school are essential to curb access to narcotic substances. In conclusion, the rise in narcotic drug use among Tunisian students is a serious issue that requires an urgent and coordinated response. While cannabis use has increased significantly, the prevalence of other substances remains low for now. However, continued vigilance is crucial. Effective prevention efforts must prioritize school-based programs, early intervention, community engagement, and stronger regulatory measures. By integrating listening cells, promoting cultural and sport activity, and strengthening family-based intervention, we can create a supportive environment that not only addresses current challenges, but also lays the foundation for a healthier future for our youth. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you, dear Khalid. Your evidence-based presentation was very remarkable. I also note that the most used drugs, cannabis, in Tunisia, in case of Tunisia. I also read the European drug report from EUDA, and the report also underlines the same thing. The cannabis is most common drug over Europe as well. We will also, it is an open source. We will also write the link of the European drug report to the chat box. You can also reach from there. Thank you.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Is there any question? Okay. If there is no question, we will move on our second speaker with Hiba Dridi. This is Hiba.
Hello, everyone.
Well, let me introduce you.
So
She is a clinical psychologist working with Madinaty. Madinaty, am I right? Yes, Madinaty.
Yes.
Tunisian Green Crescent. Okay. And the Ministry of Education. Mrs. Dridi will share insights into the role of listening cells in the prevention of drug use among students. She will also highlight how these structures create safe places for students to express their concerns. Okay, Mrs. Dridi, the floor is yours.
Thank you. So, like I said, today I will be presenting on the role of listening cells in preventing drug use in Tunisia. So I'll share with you. You can see it.
Not right now.
Okay, just a minute. It's coming.
It is coming, yes.
Okay.
Yes, we can see it right now.
So the topic of our works was how can we truly support young people before they turn to drugs? And the answer we found was not by lecturing them, not by scaring them, but by doing something much simpler, with listening. So as a psychologist, I've worked closely with students through listening cells and awareness programs. And if there is one thing that stands out, it's this. Young people need to talk, they need to be heard. So they have emotion they don't always understand, struggles that they don't know how to express, and question they are often too afraid to ask. So if we want to prevent drug use, we first need to understand why do some young people turn to drugs. And really, there is many factors involved, but I won't take into too details. So it can be due to an escaping emotional fail. It can be a lack of healthy coping mechanism, peer pressure and the need to belong, or family and social influences. It can also be the reflect of curiosity and the search of identity. So our preventing, do you hear me?
Yes, we can hear. We can hear you.
Okay. So insights from the listening cells in Tunisia. Let's first define what's a listening cells. So it's a safe and supportive space where Tunisians can express themselves freely to a trusted adult. So these adults are chosen for their ability to listen and their sense of empathy. They are usually volunteers. So students access this space by their own choice without any pressure and can talk about anything that concerns them. And the primary goal of is to provide attentive, non-judgmental listening to help the students better understand that situation, and if necessary, they will be guided to the right support. So we've set up with some listening cells like the one at Sahnoun Free Middle School, Tinja High School, and many others. We've also organized awareness days in different schools. So that's how we work. We start with group listening session, which help us to notice students who might be struggling. So some may seem quiet or restless, or we might notice changes in their behavior since the last sense. So these small things can show that they need extra support. And if we notice students who might need more help, we offer them a private one-on-one section. So this gives them a safe space to talk openly about what's on their mind. There is some pictures of listening cells we've organized. So every single time we saw the same thing. Young people want to share. And when it comes to the topic of drugs, we have observed that some were thinking about trying drugs, but changed their minds after talking to someone. Others are already experimented and didn't know how to stop. It's important to notice that even students who come to talk about other topics benefit also from these spaces, because having a place to share their thoughts and feelings help them feel supported and less alone. And this support reduces the chances of turning to drugs or making harmful choices. So through our listening cells, we've seen that some changes. So students manage their emotion better, their self-esteem improves, they make better choice once they understand there's really behind their emotion. They start thinking before acting, and we've noticed also that they influenced their friends in a positive way. So preventing drug use isn't just about saying don't do it. It's about giving young people something to hold on to, a place where they can feel safe and supported. What we've learned throughout our work in school is that when we take the time to truly listen, young people respond, they reflect, they start asking themselves different questions, and sometimes that's all that takes to change their path. So if we want to make a real difference, we need to invest in these spaces. We need to train more adults to listen without judgment. And most of all, we need to remind young people that asking for help isn't weakness. It's the bravest and strongest thing they can do. So I would like to conclude with the quotes of Epictetus, who said, the greatest medicine of all is to teach people how not to need it. Thank you.
Thank you very much, dear Hiba.
Thank you.
I think it was remarkable, your question, why many people turning into drugs. And to see the photos also was very important and made your presentation much more comprehensive. I also agree with you. Young people really want to share their problems, their cases as well. Thank you very much. Is there any question?
Thank you.
Let me check our chat box. Or is there any question? So, any question? Not. There's no any question right now. Okay. Thank you very much, dear Hiba.
Thank you.
Now we will move on our third speaker. I'm pleased to introduce Sümeyye Semih Büyük. She is the coordinator at Islamic Cooperation Youth Forum, ICYF. Mrs. Büyük will provide insights into youth-related challenges concerning drug-related issues. She will also, as I know, discuss how international cooperation can help to address these pressing matters. Okay, Ms. Büyük, the stage is yours.
Thank you so much. Good evening for all. I am Sümeyye Semih Büyük, coordinator of the cabinet at the Islamic Cooperation Youth Forum.
Sorry, dear Sümeyye. Dear Hiba, is it possible to close your presentation? Or let me close 1 second, please. Okay. Thank you, Hiba. Thank you, Hiba.
You're welcome.
Okay, dear Sümeyye.
Yeah.
The microphone is yours.
Today, I would like to read for His Excellency Taha Ayhan's message for this invaluable event. Unfortunately, he was not available to attend because of a last-minute change in his schedule. So, honorable representatives, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, it is an honor to meet you today as we come together to address one of the most pressing challenges facing our youth, substance abuse and addiction. I extend my sincere gratitude to the International Federation of Green Crescent and Madinaty, Tunisian Green Crescent, for organizing this important discussion and for their unwavering commitment to safeguarding young people from the dangers of addiction. Addiction is not just a personal struggle, it's a societal issue that affects families, communities, and future generations. Across the world, young people face an increasing number of social and economic pressures that leave them vulnerable to substance abuse. The challenges is not only in preventing addiction, but in providing the right support system to help young people build resilience, find purpose, and make healthier life choices. That is why today's event is so crucial, because it highlights the importance of listening to young people, understanding their struggles, and creating meaningful pathways for them to thrive. Ladies and gentlemen, at Islamic Cooperation Youth Forum, we believe that empowering youth is the most effective way to prevent addiction and promote well-being. Initiatives like listening cells in schools are a step in the right direction. By providing safe spaces for young people to talk about their struggles, we are not only preventing addiction, but also fostering an environment of trust and understanding. Equally important is personalized support, because every young person's journey is different. We must move beyond generic solutions and tailor our approaches to the specific needs of individuals. Whether it's mentorship, counseling, or guidance toward productive activities, we must ensure that young people have access to right support at the right time. We must also recognize the power of cultural and creative engagement in shaping young minds. Art, music, sports, and other cultural activities are more than just pastimes. They are tools that help young people develop confidence, self-discipline, and sense of belonging. When young people have meaningful ways to express themselves, they are far less likely to turn to destructive habits. But while we speak about the youth empowerment, we cannot ignore the harsh realities that many young people face around the world. In this regard, I must take a moment to mention the plight of Palestinian youth, who, beyond the common struggles of addiction and mental health, face unimaginable hardship due to the conflict and occupation. Their resilience in the face of adversity is a testament to the human spirit, but is also a reminder of our duty to advocate for justice, peace, and a world where every young person has the opportunity to grow in a safe and supportive environment. The global nature of addiction requires a global response. We must learn from each other, share best practices, and work together to develop strategies that are both effective and sustainable. These events serve as an excellent platform for that exchange. By bringing together experts, policymakers, and youth advocates, we can create a more comprehensive approach to prevention, intervention, and recovery. Ladies and gentlemen, we cannot afford to be passive in this fight. Governments, institutions, and civil society organizations must work hand in hand to implement youth-centered policies and programs that truly make a difference. Islamic Cooperation Youth Forum remains committed to collaborating with Green Crescent societies and all other stakeholders to ensure that our youth are equipped with the tools they need to lead healthy, fulfilling lives. As we move forward, let us remember every young person struggling with addiction is not just a statistic. They are individuals with dreams, potential, and the right to a future free from addiction and despair. It's our duty to stand by them, to listen to them, and to offer them hope. Together, we can build a world where young people are not only protected but empowered. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Sumaya. Thank you very much for your speech. As you said, if there is a global addiction, there should be a global response. Thank you. And you're welcome. Okay. And dear Kerim, Abdul Wahid feels sick today, unfortunately. He apologizes for listening participation. Dear Kerim, may Allah give you shifa, inshallah. Get well soon. And we will move on.
Thank you very much for all. And I'm so happy to listen to you carefully, and maybe next time, inshallah.
Inshallah.
Thank you.
We will move on. Mrs. Ruth, let me introduce her. She's a social worker and coordinator of the Be Cool project at ARTM. Ms. Borges will discuss the importance of resilience building in strengthening prevention in schools and communities. She will also provide practical strategies to help students and navigate challenges. Ms. Borges, yes, we are curiously listening to you. We can see your presentation.
Hello,
Yes.
everyone. It's a pleasure to share this forum with all of you. So my name is Ruth Borges, and I work at ARTM, which stands for Association of Rehabilitation of Drug Abusers of Macau. And so Be Cool project, I work in Be Cool project, is the prevention department of ARTM. ARTM also has harm reduction department, which has the needle and syringe exchange program. And then we have the aftercare department, which is for people who finish treatment or finish jail time related to drug issues. And then we have the most recent project, which is Hold On to Hope, which is like a vocational training project. And so it's as a coffee shop and art gallery that is run by the people doing treatment. Okay, so I'll just give you a bit of context about Macau, because we are working in Macau. Macau is in China. It was under Portuguese administration for almost 500 years, and 25 years ago it was handed over back to China and was renamed to Macau Special Administrative Region of the People's Republic of China. So our territory is very small. It's 33.3 kilometers square, and we have around 700,000 people. Okay, in Macau, we have 76 schools and 10 universities. Here you can see we have 3 Portuguese and 17 English curriculum schools. I separated here because Be Cool project, the main targets are foreigners living in Macau. So regarding drug use, the government sent a survey to 23 schools and 9 universities. So this is data from, we have several years here, but so the latest data from this survey, targeted around 9,000 students. So 87 said that they tried drugs before. And the reason they stated is to reduce stress, pain, and frustration and boredom. Those are the reasons given by the students. The drugs of choice, we have cannabis again, like other panelists talked about, and second is meth, and the third one is alcohol. Just to give you a bit of the context of the legal framework here in Macau, so people who are considered to be drug users, they have imprisonment time that can go from 3 months to 1 year, or possession of drugs paraphernalia is the same, but for production and trafficking, it's 5 to 15 years in jail. So now I'll start to talk a bit about Be Cool. So we are working since 2011, and the center is especially for young people between the ages of 11 to 29 years old. And most recently, we also start targeting adults from minority communities. And of course, our goal is to prevent the adoption of risky behaviors, especially the use of illegal drugs, alcohol, and tobacco. So Be Cool is a place where young people can feel safe and free to ask and talk about any subject. And of course, we work to improve their personal and social skills while developing their self-esteem and self-confidence. In 2020, we moved to new facilities, and these new facilities help us provide a bigger range of activities for the teenagers and also target more people. So the teens coming to Be Cool since 2020, we have now 790 members. Out of these members are divided for 18 nationalities, different nationalities, of course, being the Chinese, the prevalent one. Then we have Filipinos and Portuguese. But we have a very different range of nationalities. So culture is a thing we also have to work with, yeah. Regarding their age, the age bracket. So most of the students coming, the ones that come more often are between the ages 10 to 14. And this age are the students we work most on a daily basis. So we offer free and pre-counseling, of course, for the students, the families, or actually whoever is in need of counseling. And then we offer a lot of activities for teenagers. So these activities is, of course, to motivate them to adopt a healthy lifestyle, for them to express feelings and emotions, promote their self-esteem and self-confidence, to have fun in a healthy way, avoid boredom, of course, and of course, to create awareness about the effects and consequences of drug abuse. Then a big part of our job is this, what we call the play around. So this play around is when students come to Be Cool without joining any specific activity. So they kind of free to do whatever they want, yeah. So when we encourage this creativity, it's good for them to explore their talents, creativity, and of course, and they enjoy this. And when they join this free play, it feels enjoyable and relaxing. So it reduces stress, also enhancing the overall happiness and satisfaction. Also, when the students interact with each other, they develop social skills. They need to negotiate, collaborate together, communicate with one another, foster teamwork, and work on problem-solving situations. But a crucial time of this free play, a crucial thing on this free play is the supervision. Although they can choose what to do, they are always supervised by the staff, so we can facilitate positive interactions and help them resolve conflicts. Okay, for the older students, as they grow older, they stop. They don't come so often, but we try to keep them involved. So many times they help us with the activities, like they become the hosts of our activities, like we have a dance competition or a band competition, or as you can see here, the picture, we had a AIDS campaign and they wanted to be the mascots for that campaign. Yeah, our staff, we are only 6 working in Be Cool. So the kids also help us to make these activities. Another part of our work, and very important part, is we go to schools and we provide school talks. And so these talks, of course, is to raise awareness and provide information about drugs to teens, can be to teens, can teachers or the parents. Our program is based on the international standards for drug use prevention. So we focus on improving personal and social skills, building resilience against peer pressure, coping with stress and negative emotions. Also is a way for students to get to know us and know our services. So if they are in need, they can look for us. Also, an important thing that comes out of these talks is also we give like our email, and sometimes they talk to us because they want to keep their anonymity. So they ask us questions through the email, and this is very, very important. Then for the adults, we have also a big range of activities. So these activities provide education and information about the substance use, promote services, and provide inclusiveness and empowerment, especially because we work with minority communities living in Macau. Like we have a newsletter and we invite different organizations to share about their festivities. Or also we did a translation because we are in China, so a lot of information is in Chinese. So we did a translation of the Macau law and the methamphetamine, because it's the most abused drug within the minority communities. So we translated this info already to 8 languages. Also, we provide workshops. We ask people what they want to learn more about or what their worries, and of course we provide information about drugs or treatments, also, or things like stress management. In all our activities or big activities that we have, we try to invite different minorities, different communities, so they can like showcase sometimes is their traditional dances, like arts and crafts, or so they can, it's a way also to feel them welcome in Macau. We also attend their festivities, like here we had the Eid al-Fitr. I hope I'm not saying this wrong, but it marks the end of Ramadan from the Indonesian community. Then we can go to País Festival. It's the gratitude for the harvest in the Filipino community, and we try to attend all the festivities we can. So we also can promote our services and people know they can come to us. We will work in partnership with the...
Dear Ruth, you have 1 minute left. Maybe you can summarize your presentation.
Okay. I'm finishing. So we also collaborate with the consulates and several organizations. Like we invite people to go to the treatment center, different communities, to do like a culinary experience for everyone. And the most important part of this is we have the full support, financial and technical support of the Macau government. So all of these services are free of charge. Okay, so that's it. Thank you so much for listening. Here you have our contacts.
Thank you very much, dear Ruth. I think the all presentations was very beautiful, very remarkable. Maybe if the participants wants to reach them, they can send my email to their demands. And if the speakers gives her consent, I can send them all. I will write my email to the chat box. Thank you, dear Ruth. Right now we will move on. You're welcome. Right now we will move on, dear Memory. Hello, dear Memory.
How are you? I can hear you.
Okay, let me introduce you.
Sure.
Yes, Memory Usaman. She's the president of Rwanda Youth Impact. She will present strategies for student resilience against drug use in Rwanda case, right?
Yes.
Okay, dear Memory, the floor is yours.
Okay. Hi, everyone. Thank you so much. It was nice listening to your presentations, which were quite informative and educative. I will be presenting on strengthening student resilience against drug use in Rwanda. In this particular presentation, I'm going to look at areas of what we have done in terms of training and capacity buildings amongst our young people. We have targeted the young people who are like students, university students in this particular case, and also those that have been rehabilitated and they come back to the society for integration. But we're having a challenge whereby at times those that were in rehabilitation centers, they relapse. So we were looking at why do they relapse, and also to find a mitigation measure to those that are still at universities. So Rwanda, like many other countries, face rising concerns around substance use, especially among the young people. And as you know, the young people are the backbone of any country, and as such, they need to be protected. So how we have done it is we have engaged the young people. Can you hear me? Well?
Yes, yes, sure, we can hear you.
Okay. So what we have done is we have engaged stakeholders, the government, to work with us in coming up with conference sessions where we train young people, and by so doing, we get to understand what are their concerns, and we get to hear from them. As Rwanda Youth Impact, we also work with psychologists, whom we have said we have to listen to these young people to hear what is in their mind, rather than detecting to them, let's say at family level. So when they come to Rwanda Youth Impact, they come to us to talk to us, and we give them a listening ear without judgment. And also we have tried our level best working with the police, not to criminalize these young people when it comes to drugs, but have a listening ear to find out how did they get to be where they are in that current situation. So having conferences that we have done conferences where we have invited regional, local, international speakers to be part of what we are advocating for in Rwanda. And you'll find that during the conferences, we came up with with stakeholders who were willing to pay even for students who are not having enough school fees at their universities. And as I speak right now, some of those universities, they graduated students last year. We also have got those that were rehabilitated and they are back to the society. They relapsed, went back and come back, and then we engaged them. When we engaged them, we had a conference where we had stakeholders who were willing to sponsor these young people to start self-sustainable projects. So by so doing, some of these young people, as we speak, through the proposals that we taught them to do, through the training, they are now doing their own self-sustainable projects, like having honest salon, beauty salons. Some are having motorcycles which they can use to carry stuff for people. But in the process, it is self-sustaining to them and also to their families, among other projects which they are doing. So Rwanda Youth Impact, we mainly engage young people where we say catch them young, even for primary, and then we engage those that are universities, then we engage those that did not finish their education due to drugs, and now we bring them back through our projects and through our training and through our engagement, where we speak to them. We work with governments. And we have seen that the government policies have also come into hand. The Rwandan government has made strides in tackling substance abuse, such as implementing policies that restrict sale of alcohol to minors, offering rehabilitation services, as I have said. But we were having a challenge whereby those rehabilitation services were seem not to be working when they come back, because they were stigmatized. No one would be willing to respect them, and by the end of the day, they relapse. But now that they have something to do, they will not relapse because they focus on what they have to do, and by so doing, the society, they start to respect them. We collaborate with nanny organization NGOs, and they support what we do financially, and also working with these young people. By so doing, we see a change in these young people, and we are happy to see also our parts also playing an important role to those that have graduated in their universities through the stakeholders who have participated by paying for their school fees. So these are some of the activities that we have been engaging, and also giving them confidence, self-confidence that you can do it. Don't judge yourself, no matter what had happened in the past, but you are a changed person. You can face the present and the future, because you're the future leader. Here are the ways of doing it. And we see that most of the young people, they are quite willing to engage. They are quite willing to be part of our missions. So in that scenario, I would thank everyone for listening. Thank you.
Thank you very much, dear Memory. You gave us a Rwanda case in the session. You also talk about Rwanda Youth Impact's activities, relations with government, collaborations, and you showed us your volunteers. Thank you. Thank you very much also for your all efforts in Rwanda as Rwanda Youth Impact.
Thank you.
I would like to also thank you, Tunisia, China, and other participants from all over the world. As we come to the end of this insightful discussion, I would like to extend my gratitude to all speakers for their valuable contributions. If there is any question, I will touch to the question and answer part. Yes, there is a question to the Ms. Siba. Have you ever experienced a significant real-life case that deeply impacted you? Dear Hiba, do you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah. Someone asks you that, have you ever experienced a significant real-life case that deeply impacted you? Maybe she mentioned, or she or he mentioned, maybe about a student that you faced.
Yeah, a lot.
A lot. What
yeah.
was the critical one? What was the most impactful one? I think human story is very, very interesting for the people.
Okay, I remember once a teenager who was successful in his life. Then he fell into addiction after the loss of his father. So we've organized a weekly session, a one-on-one session, offering him a safe space to express his emotion. So over time, he was able to manage his emotion better and gradually overcome his depression. He managed to break free from the cycle of addiction. Sorry. So after that, he managed to turn his life around. He turns his studies, and recently he contacted me to invite me to his graduation ceremony as an engineer.
MashaAllah. Thank you. Thank you very much, Diriba.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Okay. If there's any question, I will move on, but I cannot see any question more. Okay. Would you like to add something, dear panelists? Dear Khalid, any comments, any experience you faced? Dear Ruth. Okay. If there is any comment more.
No comment. No comment.
Yes, dear Khalid.
Yes.
You can tell.
No comment. It's
no comment. Okay, thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. I would like to thank you, all audience, for their engagement. It is evident from today's session that addressing drug use among students requires a multi-phased and collaborative approach, as I understand. We hope that the strategies and experiences shared today will inspire for further action in schools and communities in worldwide. Thank you all once again for your participation. I look forward to continued discussions on this critical issue. Stay safe and take care. Bye-bye.